our cooking, and hopefully everyone enjoys our cooking Sundays with us the way we enjoy it. And another thing that we're gonna be sharing on today is we're gonna today allow ourselves with our cooking kitchen to not overdo with the cooking, right? It is what do you have available in your kitchen, and that's what AWOKH Business is for, and that's what our cooking Sundays is for. So what we have available in our kitchen today is what we normally would go with, and that only today is chicken, right? We're gonna braise our chicken and our potatoes together. We're going to do again our because last Sunday we really wanted to do the sweet carrots properly. So we're gonna only today focus on the sweet carrot dish because that's a Christmas dish. That's for people who enjoys in the winterness of a Christmas season, right? Who enjoys the sweetness with your roast. So today we are going to share chicken roast with our sweet carrots, but we're going to focus today and we want our viewers today to appreciate the preparation of the sweet carrots. That's what we are mainly focusing on today. We have pre-cooked our rice, so our rice is cooked already. We're gonna do our rice salad, but we're gonna add today, and in our rice salad, only the garlic. We're only gonna add onion. We're gonna do the chopped onion. We're gonna do the garlic with that. We're gonna grate the carrot in the rice again today, and then we're gonna do the mint and our Cajun spice. Yes, our Cajun spice is a spice for our chicken also. So we're gonna do the whole preparation with everyone like we did last Sunday. So bear with us. What we are also serving is our pineapple juice. Everyone enjoy your pineapple juices. Enjoy the fluids during the cooking seasons, in seasons in y'all's kitchens, and be fine with how you are cooking in y'all's kitchens, right? In our house, we have husband Dorian and Tiara Rhoda, so they will be moving in and out also. So everyone needs to be fine with that who's watching our videos. Other than that, enjoy cooking with Ribea Elise. Okay, what we're sharing today is really now what we have available in our kitchen, right? So let's just do that because we're not going to want to be difficult on our kitchen moments, and we're not going to be difficult on ourselves, right? Where do we want my spices quickly because I want to share my spices also. And we don't need people to go and harm people based on our kitchen cookings, you know. It is that our cookings is our it's a mother's space. It's a mother's. Let me just quickly do that. It's a mother. Our kitchens are our kitchens is a mother's at, and it's where we appreciate where we are at and with our cooking, right? So we're just gonna focus quickly on what we have on the table. We're then gonna focus on our spices that we have available for the day, and we are also going to focus on the chicken that we have and that we are going to rinse and prepare also for our cooking today, right? Let me just do that. So those are only veggies today that we have available. That's what we are cooking. That's going to be our sweet carrots. That's going to be the veggies in our rice spice and in our fried rice. And the onions that's going to be in our fried rice, right? And that we are also going to take another onion, yes, out of the cupboard so that we can add that for our chicken to just saute our chicken. That's where we're at with our chicken. We're not going to say prices and stores and everything, but that's where we are at with our amazing drumsticks. We're going to roast our chicken drumsticks with our roast potato and with our fried rice, with our sweet carrots. Our spices available today on Ribea Elise's menu is Cajun. Everyone loves our Cajun seasoning only because we get our organic herb in the Cajun, our basil herb, and there's another herb that we get that I always love in, and coriander might also be in the Cajun spice, right? We're also going to do our mint for our rice because we love that. And we're going to do our cinnamon for our sweet carrots, yes. We're going to pepper also we normally pepper our rice salad, yeah. We're going to add the salt because Kiara loves the salt in the food. Not too salty, but I mean the salt needs to be, you need to taste your salt in the food. Another thing that I want to mention that I have not taken out is our custard powder because we want to get that recipe right. Yes, that's our placemates on our table, and we appreciate everything What else do we appreciate? The amazing view while we share and while we do our cooking. That's where we are at. Let's leave everything else just like that. First, I'm going to allow myself to chop my onion. While we are chopping our onion, let's make space because we're going to rinse our chicken just now. If we're not cleaning it, the chicken is very nice and clean. Let's do our onion first. And for all of the background viewers and listeners who listens in and who works with YouTube, don't while we are cooking because we can hear everyone. You can hear the YouTube teams in the offices and don't miss on our videos. Last Sunday, y'all have missed on our videos a lot. And there was a lot of pauses on our videos last Sunday. Unnecessary pauses. So YouTube teams, don't be difficult. Don't mess in our kitchen. And Jamie Oliver and the teams, y'all are very much busy in New Zealand and Australia with arguing about kitchens and about your MasterChef programs. MasterChef Australia died last year. And y'all are very much aggressing countries with your celebrity killings and certain things. And when we all view in our videos, this is our houses, this is our kitchens, and we love the privacy of that. And that's for the New Zealand teams. Jamie Oliver's program was on already yesterday to disturb my cooking in the kitchen in New Zealand. And I want to say to Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay, all of those programs that y'all have prepared to disturb us, who's really on social media and who's really doing live streams, do not mess in our kitchens and do not go and cause y'all's abuses and celebrities when you're viewing on what we do in our kitchens and how we cook. We cook the way we cook, yes, and we have our fake nails, yes, and we love it. I had a problem with fake nails for quite some time on social media. And I have learned that it's amazing, that the world is amazing, that the poverty in Africa is happening, and the African people are fine to be saying that in their kitchens, so they cook in the circumstances of poverty, how they cook and how they want to cook. So for everyone else who was difficult and countries who find themselves in poverty in this season and who used to oppress mamas in Africa because of the circumstances and they can't take people out of poverty because they need the perfection of the office, I've explained on my discussion breakfast morning yesterday that the poverty circumstances of countries, no one is going to require people to be in an office environment. This is the house, and this is where we're at with cooking, and this is where we are at with being mamas in the houses. And a mama don't like no one to mess in their kitchens. So don't go and harm MasterChef Australia because Ribea Elise is going to have a cooking program, or someone else is having a restaurant and they are cooking the way that they are doing it. You know, there's those ways that you'll educate people on neat and tidinesses, and on all the things relating. I've been working in at Nibblebits myself. I've been working in the food industry, and I love my cleanliness in my kitchen. But our kitchens is our kitchens, and our circumstances in this world is the circumstances in this world. And this world are not going to be killed out based on people's requirements that want an office environment, and that I educate on my 8th of 2023 that office is office, and the world is busy preparing to provide for everyone, but the world is not killing people out because people's lifestyle choices are different. You know, people have the right to be fine and to be where they are at on this very earth, and that's where we are at with the celebrity houses this season. So what we are doing is we are chopping our onion fine. And we are preparing some garlic also for our chicken, right? And we're going to saute the onion and the garlic. good. Let's start with our onions, everyone. Let's start on that. Another thing that I can do is my carrots. Let me just clean my carrots quickly. I'm gonna do my carrots on its own time today because I said I want to really focus on preparing the carrots about that. We have a lot of YouTubers that's following us and listening and not listening and actually listening. So thank you everyone for listening while y'all are not listening and actually listening. And thank you to our Facebook viewers. Yes, thank you. I can hear all the voice. I can hear talking behind the scenes. Someone says, thank the Facebook teams, yes, that are viewing our videos on Facebook and our reels. I don't know, our leadership videos haven't been viewed on YouTube yet, so YouTube probably didn't play it. I always say that when YouTube don't play our work, then the viewers won't view our work. And for those who really notice it, listen in. There's maybe a tip there. Maybe you're working in an office and maybe Ribea has got some office advice for you on where you find yourself at being employed in the offices and sometimes the circumstances in the world. We find ourselves in offices that, you know, the office environment was that we didn't realize a lot of things that can relate to the arguments in the world. That when you are employed, especially for the celebrities that finds themselves in the celebrity house being challenged by human beings, you know, and all the celebrities being in while they're 50 years old. And we had a lot. We had Tamar's sister that was deceased last year. There was Gabrielle Union that was deceased this year, sometime this year. And there was Jamie Foxx that almost someone gave him a medication, and you know those things happening in the celebrity house about it. And there's Celine Dion that's also not well, and we don't know if someone gave them a chemical or to eat, or whether they were really fighting with one another, or whether it's humanity, the society outside of the celebrity house that demands things to happen in the celebrity house. And because we don't know as a generation what is happening, we are not difficult on them. But what we learned is what happens in the celebrity house was also happening in offices. I've been working in Boerenbaldert and at Nibblebits. And thus far at Boerenbaldert, in the offices where I've worked, ever since 2020, there's 2 people deceased already. And one of the people I saw in 2020 when I was in South Africa for a year, right, Tanya? One of the Tanyas that was the cleaner in the kitchen. And that person was fine when I was there in 2020. Another person that's deceased at Boerenbaldert while I was there employed is Janine Jacobs. Right, she was deceased last year in 2022. They were driving somewhere and they had a car accident. Another person is Van that also had a car accident. And we know it's not scientific knowledge that cars can be steered by computers from people that's not sitting in the cars, but that's steering cars from other places and from different parts of where arguments find themselves at in our generation. And that's why our advice and opinions on leading this generation discussions and then our HR 23, we really explain a lot of things that can happen and arguments that business owners can have with one another. I remember when I started at Nibblebits, how everyone was eager to tell me, Ribea Elise, just because it's because at Nibblebits there's a whole lot of arguments happening and all the managers are arguing and all the business owners want to buy Nibblebits and they want Nibblebits for themselves. Today Nibblebits has been sold over to Road Foods. And you know, it was a family-owned business. It's an amazing family-owned business. And the family is an amazing family. And they were pressurized to sell the business over. And the elder son stayed at the business, Andre, and he didn't sell over. And properly, they were pressurized about it. And the people said, be cautious because these things affect the employees that works at the businesses. So that's where we are discussing a whole lot of things in our discussion rooms. We are discussing that and leading this generation that we need to be cautious on the businesses that we find ourselves being employed at, because it's not scientific knowledge that in this world a lot of things are happening. And that on this earth a lot of things are happening. You know, when we tell one another when we can, so that no one can say they didn't know that the world is like that. But it doesn't mean, I always say in the book, it does not mean that people have to pressurize one another or abuse one another. People don't have to abuse, you know, when they realize that, you know, the world is like that, and now you want everyone to accept the world is like that, and then they abuse people. Ribea Elise always say, do not, there's right from wrong in where we find ourselves at and in what humanity are being challenged with. And the right from wrong means that we can do anything, that all of these things is part of the universe. But when we know that it's harmful to someone, then we educate and say, but do not do that. That is harmful the one to the other. And that's where we are having to be firm about. And where we are required to educate ourselves, to not oppress the one or the other. We're going to put our carrot peels and everything in this nice foil. That's nice. And then we can just, potato peels. We don't have that clear potatoes today, so we can just peel the potatoes and just use the potatoes and roast it, with the niceness of the peel potatoes. That's great. So we educate one another to not be difficult and where we find ourselves at, and to not be challenging one another, because everything that we have noticed is happening, but it does not mean that everyone has to accept the things in the world, in the abusiveness of how mankind are currently abusing one another. And the abusers are, this one wants to be a business owner, the other one wants to be a business owner. Ribea is busy educating in a season, and Ribea finds herself in a different part of a season. And then someone wants to silence Ribea out. And it's fine sometimes to be in competition, It's fine sometimes to cheer competition on, but it should not be abusive or harmful to humanity. I said yesterday, sports teams, international sports teams cheer and is amazing. But don't abuse your sports education, There is parts of the universe that forms part of different functions of humanity. And the sports teams have that part of the universe. That is not human beings only on earth. And that is really what when we look at athletes, when we look at sports people, you learn that you are not dealing only with mankind. That it's different educators from different parts of the universe. And on that day, we say to all the people that cheer sports, and do not let sports be abusive to humanity. Do not abuse the communication in the universe. Ribea Elise always educates, because we do not know who the educators are that educates us on the sports field, And that's about the cheer unnecessary. Yeah, I was talking about a lot of grace about the Malvina situation. And some people know what I was talking about. The whole South Africa know Paul community, because we all grew up in Paul community. And then what did this international sports team do? They went to go have a Netherlands and South Africa sports game about Ribea and Malvina. Malvina is in the Netherlands and Ribea is in New Zealand. And we all both from South Africa, and the world has been ruled around us all these years. And our names are in a lot of discussions. And her business is Aisha, and Ribea's business is AWOKH. And I had to be firm to direct it and to directly mention the name. And I knew what they are busy with. And they didn't respond to all of my videos and comments, and they don't have to. And I was doing direct in saying that no one should abuse no one, but where we find ourselves at. Business, people are constantly in competition in this world. And Malvina is a very good friend of my sister. My sister was firm also to say that, such is this world, and things happen in this world, but don't be aggressive about it. And while I was, sharing a whole lot of videos around the discussion and around the familyness and around the fact that, sometimes circumstances of competition can endanger people's households and lifestyle choices and where we find ourselves at in life. And while I was busy discussing that, I realized that they were somewhat listening, because I could see on their Facebook post that they're somewhat listening to what I'm saying. And they're somewhat talking and somewhat, responding to where I find myself at. And while I was listening, and while I reprimanded loudly on my social media pages, what happened? Then Netherlands in South Africa had a sports game, and they were around the discussion of Malvina Ribea. And what we tell sports managers at that time is do not go and abuse our households when we are in business and reprimanding one another. Don't have sports tournament to cheer abusers on, because no one know what the Netherlands and the South African rugby game was after Ribea Elise was talking about Malvina in the Netherlands and Ribea from South Africa and Malvina from South Africa that finds themselves in an AWOKH business that can sometimes be abusive. And then they had a sports game after it. And I've learned that they've been tuned into my AWOKH discussions a whole lot of times, the television teams. But what I want managers that manages those sports games to know is don't put the sports guys' lives in danger by cheering games that are abusive and that can mean anything in this world. Because if you have a Netherlands and a South Africa rugby game, when you hear Ribea talking about Malvina in the Netherlands and Ribea from South Africa and Malvina from South Africa, and to hear that there's a whole lot of aggression concerning the situation, then learn to know how to manage and to prepare your sports games, because that's why y'all are tuned into our houses, you know, so that y'all can in this world learn to be preventative and not to be and not to be oppressive when you learn that circumstances in this world can sometimes be challenging. Preventative will always educate. Sorry for being loud in my kitchen, but that's reprimanding. The world requires firm reprimanding. When circumstances in the world looks like poverty in this world, reprimanding is happening around the cookingness of it. Why? So that we learn that there's someone in the world that might require this plate of food and might require this opinion and advice given. We're not gonna cook all the chicken, I'm just gonna clean the chicken quickly. The chicken is very nice and clean, so we just ready to it. It's good to buy your chicken clean, right? It's very nice to buy your chicken clean and to not buy your chicken. Let me just also spice the chicken quickly. It's nice to buy your chicken clean and to therefore enjoy the chicken in the cleanness of it. What we're gonna cook first is we're gonna first prepare our chicken. We have now sauteed our onions. Onion is nice and brown, nice and ready. Now we're just adding some spice over our chicken case. We love the flavorness of this chicken. Let's quickly. We're gonna show now in the video the chicken that we are adding. This is how we prefer to prepare our chicken, right? before we sometimes grill it. Other times it's fine to grill it just directly in the oven, but then it takes a whole lot of time also. Where's our black pepper? Oh, let me make a little bit of salt. That's nice. And let me quickly stir that. So that's nicely. We're now adding our chicken to the pot. Nice cajun spice in that. And then also we're gonna add some black pepper. Nice garlic, but we're gonna chop it with a little bit more garlic because we want the nice flavor in the chicken. So we can add a little bit more garlic and a little bit more onion to that. Our veggies is nice and clean. And we then can prepare to add our potatoes in the pot and our potatoes in the with the chicken once the chicken is nicely cooked. And that's where's our Christmas corner to add. There's our Christmas corner to add, and our Christmas corner is amazingly looking very dry and very amazingly clearly dry about it. And that's where our Christmas kitchen are at. That's where y'all can sit in, sit into a AWOKH. Yeah, look at our little drink here. Ooh, our drink is driving for the season. And it says, there's a present for you. And Merry Christmas preparations for everyone. These are little, there's our, there is our Dorian Rhoda, yes, our Santa Claus cup for Dorian Rhoda. So if you have any edits, any funds, y'all can support our business. He is financially managing the house. So that's our Dorian Rhoda cup. Y'all can add onto that. And that is our Christmas, preparation glasses. And there is our Christmas table stand. And what do we have in our kitchen? Our bank card. There's our Capitec bank card that always used to have had us in debt in South Africa. And this is our New Zealand bank card. So share in with the Christmas funds, everyone. Share into the amazingness of our household. And there's our AWOKH Business representing there, amazingly representing our seasons. Let's have our potato potatoes. Our nice potato potatoes. Where I want to just get my potato, please. The South African bank Capitec always had us in debt about it. Even though we have earned good money, but we were always in debt with that bank. South Africa have a good way of keeping you in debt, yeah. A good way of you having to pay a lot to the South African government. Probably because the South African government themselves have a lot of debt. So we really don't know what happened. Now we're gonna add some pepper quickly to some peppercorns. Another thing that we want to add is nice and full of flavor, and then I can add lovely potato potatoes. We're gonna add a drop of water now. We have just turned the chicken. The chicken is nice and colorful. What else was I looking for? Let's see. It's a very nice taste. I wanted to add more onion on top, but I really don't have to. I can add onion when I want to really roast them. Add a drop of water to them. That's nice. Let me just share that quickly. So that's now where we want our chicken is now first gonna take a little bit more time to braise inside the pot, and then we're gonna add the potatoes in the sauce after that. So let the chicken first cook, and we have chicken and it's nice and colored, and we're then going to share in the amazingness. Oh, it looks very nice. The amazingness. We're then gonna share in the amazingness of our chicken sauce, and we're gonna, when it's done, add some onion to that on top of that and some more garlic. That flavorness is today, so we're gonna focus on more flavor in our food. In the pot of chicken, we're gonna chop another onion, we're gonna chop it in strips, we're gonna chop some garlic with it, we're gonna chop the garlic in halves, and we're gonna put it on top of that so that that flavor can also enjoy it and the niceness of that. That's nice. Let's be nice. That's correct. Let's get this quickly right so that I can really find my around good. Now we're not going to do our carrots with anything. Our carrot is its own, it has its own time. That's nice. Let's clean some more garlic quickly. Who loves garlic as much as I love garlic? No one else. Ooh, it's a very nice garlic, rosemary. I love garlic, rosemary, cloves. Oh, I love cloves in my stew. Oh, and in my Sunday roast. Oh, I love cloves a lot. That's correct. That's nice and correct. It's fine. We're gonna for rice salad. is on saute, right? For everyone who's got this pot. My pot is now on saute, so I'm still sauteing the chicken before I can put it on a pot roast, but I first want to saute it a little bit more. Saute is more slow braising, right? Your chicken. And it's on 16 seconds, so when it goes off now, then I turn the chicken again, and then I give it maybe another 16 seconds on that side, or the potatoes, because I've turned the chicken already. And then I'm gonna add the onion and also some garlic. So with today's ingredients, yes, we're gonna enjoy the flavor of that. This tree is nice. This tree will do good for this. This tree is very, very nice. Today's food we focus on. Let's be like the sheep, yes. Today's food we focus on flavoring. Presentation. With our carrots, we want presentation. Yes, thank you. Don't give me my carrots in a different way. We are focusing on presentation with today's food only because we want our flavors to all add up, you know. Sometimes you don't need a lot in your pot. Sometimes you only need your chicken. You only sometimes need your potatoes. You only sometimes need your rice in the kitchen. And if you have all your flavors, then you can add any flavor to that. So what we have done now is we have grated our carrots. Oh, the camera is nice at this side. We can actually do that. So we have grated our carrots here. We have grated our carrots nicely. Let's put that there. We have grated our carrots nicely. We have now done our garlic, and what we are going to do now is I'm just going to quickly get another onion or so. And then while we get another onion, we can then just quickly chop that. I'm just going to quickly get another onion, and we can chop that. Let's get such an onion right. Let's add that more onion. Let's clear that so the garlic is enough. Anyway, what I want to say now is now I'm going to do this onion so that I can add more onion onto that, right? And so that I can add some onion in our rice. And let me rinse this onion out so this onion looks like it requires nice cleaning. So again, just lift that nicely. And then let's prepare some onion first for our rice salad. Let's do that, right? Because we're not going to have a lot of onion in our rice salad. If y'all can view how we prepare the onion, that's nice. If y'all can view where we are at. We try and get it as fine as we can, the onions. We call it rice salad, but it's fried rice, right? We fry the onion about it. Rice salad is more the salatiness, where you can add a little bit more spinach and a little bit more stuff. A little bit more salatinesses. So that's for rice. And then what we want to do to this is we actually want to add to this like this. So that's nice. Our pot is now giving us 11 more seconds, so that's good. That's good. Our rice is right. Our onions are nice. Where do I want my carrots quickly? So then quickly use the space powder. Some people don't like my greasy dishes. Other people say they know the mama-ness about it. And if everyone has come to know the mom, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add my onion. Let me just reveal that potness, if you all can deal with that. I'm going to add my onions to the pot. Let's just give the pot some time. Rice is right. That's nice. Where's our course and our pot? Our course and our pot while we are busy this. It's nice to enjoy looking at the road and at the billboards. They put billboards up. They put it very low sometimes. Because there's nowhere else high other than on the motorway. But isn't it a distraction, everyone, if there's a billboard next to the road while people are driving? I know it's an information board, but if the road is a highway and if the kilometers per hour exceeds a certain amount, right, then a notification board can sometimes be a distraction for drivers and for onlookers, because it would distract, it would draw your attention to the road, and that sometimes would cause a whole. And they recently put this board on, and I'm just a bit conscious of the fact that the notice board can be a distraction because it's a busy road. It's young school children walking, and school children playing in the road, and it's not a road where the stop streets of the road is, on every corner. So there's enough space for people, enough space for cars to exceed an amount of kilometers that they have to and can drive. So that can sometimes be restricted. Look at the nice thing. Let me just take something quickly. that really, if it's now onlookers, if it's now onlookers that now really are walking, right? No, if it's pedestrians and it's cars driving and it's children coming from school, then it can sometimes be a distraction, right? And only because of that, we sometimes need to be conscious of the billboards and the posters and all of the communication ways that can sometimes cause a whole lot of disturbances, you know. The distraction of onlookers, the distraction of pedestrians. Oh, look at those guys. They are so kind, you know. They are very kind. They remind me of my brother Antoine. Ooh, who wants to look at our nice spot? It looks very nice. Let me just make our nice spot. Steaminess of the pot. Oh, it looks very nice. What we're now gonna do is we're gonna add some onions. And while we add some onions, we're going to also let's add. We're gonna do this because we need this flavor of the onions in the pot about it. And that's nice. Give us that flavor on top of that. And let's give it some garlic. Let's give it a little bit of some garlic flavornesses because we're gonna, once the pot is nicely sauteed, we're gonna roast that, but we want this onion flavor now on top of that. And we have grated our carrots, yes, and this is for rice salad, right? Our carrots, our onion, and our garlic together with our mint, our pepper, and our salt. So we're gonna now start with that preparation because we really want the rice, our concentration on the rice. Now we're gonna give the pot of chicken now its own time to cook and its own flavors to saute in that, and then we're gonna enjoy further the amazingness of the season. Look at that. It's very, very nice. I love the amazingness. I love the amazingness of the feel. Yeah, guys, our next door neighbor, guys, they are a whole bunch of guys. They are very nice. They are very protective. They are kind, and they really remind me of my brother Anton. They are the guys that I'm so much concerned about, that I argue so much about, and I don't have to. But you know, sometimes the guys go through challenges, and the guys are so close to our houses, and they sometimes can't say what they're going through, you know? Yeah, some people say they can sometimes, you know, but they sometimes really go through challenges. Yes, they can sometimes fall in love with you, someone says. But they really sometimes just require our attention, and they are young boys, and we have to stay here, and we have to learn. You know, this in this world is a lot of stuff happening in the world. And our young boys, they have everything, right? They are New Zealand boys, but they can be vulnerable to anything that happens in the world. They can be vulnerable to the police that sometimes oppresses young boys into crime, right? And into crime circumstances where governmental leaders sometimes want young boys to go into criminal things. And then Ribea looks at the boy and it reminds her of her own brothers. And I would not want my brothers to now go to prison because President Cyril Ramaphosa required someone in the country to be harmed because of a whole new world process. You know, it's all of those things that sometimes causes a whole lot of aggressions. And that I also inform about, and the police knows I'm very loud about it. And when the police are here by them, then I always look out the window and I check that the police are not abusing the situation with the young guys, you know. And the police know already when they come and when they, and then they know Ribea is not gonna allow them to now oppress the boys. And I'm gonna be listening into what's happening and what's discussing. because not even the police wants to be going to guys to ask guys to do criminal acts. Even the police can sometimes be abused, by a lot of things in this world. And we are conscious of all of those things, of all that can happen around us. So I'm not sometimes shouting on social media because I want to shout. I'm shouting because the circumstances sometimes, needs to sometimes be reacted about. There's a lot of things that we as human beings want to ignore, but we can sometimes be attentive to what is happening in this world. And now I'm gonna do our rice salad, right? Carrots in you. Let me just give this a whole lot of something there. To keep it there, let's put on our rice. With our carrot chopping board. Let's run some chopping board quickly. Let's fry it a little bit there. That's nice, and that's gonna be now. We're gonna just quickly prepare the carrots, everyone. So just bear with us with that. Let me prepare the carrots this way. So yeah, it's good that we sometimes allow ourselves, Well, let me prepare the carrots here, because otherwise y'all are not gonna be distracted. Yeah, so it's good for us to the whole time allow ourselves to listen to that. And that are required in our households and in our daily lives and where we find ourselves. So what do? We're just chopping our carrots quickly. That's good, everyone. What I'm going to do now, I'm quickly going to put the camera that side, because I really feel that y'all can view from here to there, and those carrots that I'm preparing, and then I can quickly do that. That's nice. That also. That also, and just quickly. Cell phone, just bear with us now with this video. I'm just looking for a good angle for the camera. Where is our other? Let me just put cell phone angle. That would be difficult on us. What I could use last week for this nice angle. Oh, let's rather leave it up in the front, because we're not really going to the whole time be restricted. We don't want to be so front in the camera. There. Everyone, we're first going to do our carrots, because we only we're gonna do our carrots today on our plate on a very low level. Last week Sunday, our plate was on a very the carrots came out behind us. I really like the custard to melt nicely with the butter. So today we put our plate on a 1, right? Level 1 about that. We can again put our carrots on our plate higher when our carrots are cooking. That's nice. Our carrots are chopped. Gonna give my painting with my carrot everyone. Let me just give myself my own painting. You can quickly do that. Just do that. I'm gonna add butter quickly, otherwise you already know. Otherwise the camera is not good. So I'm gonna fix my own cooking flavor. There's no sugar, please, and where is sugar spoon? We sometimes don't have to use the spoon for that. What do I need? My cinnamon is there, my sugar is there. So quickly take my custard. So that's where I want to add. A little bit more carrots today also, thank you. Last week, Sunday lunch, everyone, we ate it for Monday lunchtime and Monday afternoon, and also for Tuesday lunchtime I had. So, and I think everyone still had for Tuesday also of last week Sunday lunch. And that's now a nice amount of carrots. And then sometimes, so today we are eating all carrots about it. Very nice, yes, thank you. Because last week they spoiled my carrot flavor. Let me add sugar, right? What I do with my sugar, I'm gonna now just really do this. And I sprinkle my sugar over. That's enough amount. We want the sweet and caramelized flavor. We add to that. And we're now gonna put our plate a little bit higher with a pinch of salt. Carrots without your pinch of salt is not gonna be fine. So that's our ingredients for our carrots, everyone. Let's just save that. And just put that there. So that everyone can just go in and out carrot flavor that we want to like. Let's and that before we close the pot. Because of hotness. So that's where we are at with our carrots, everyone, and with our amazing flavoring in our carrots. Thank you. That's where we are at, and that's what we want, and that's where we are at with our carrot flavors. We're gonna just close our pot because we want our all attention on our carrot pot, and we're gonna want to look at the carrots nice and caramelized about that. That's our rice are prepared, everyone. The rice are nicely cooked, so we are now gonna continue with the carrots and the riceness about it. Enjoy this whole view. I don't know what happened, but enjoy the view about that. Let me just go. Just let them view the wholeness about it. Thank you, someone says that. So that's fine, and I'm gonna put my attention on the carrots. Thank you. Potatoes, it's turn. I how my potatoes turn, yes. Ooh. Well, there is today a whole lot of disturbance. Oh, a lot of disturbance. I guess it can sometimes be almost that's a little bit fun. Camera angle, don't mess with my carrots. Saute. Who's the cell phone mate? That already. Where the cell phone was now the whole time now, really stealing the whole show about it. And turning over while you were busy on your cell phone with these live streams and videos. They say that's the blades doing it. Magnetic blades. Magnetic blades, let's talk about that thing here someone says. The magnetic, let me close here a little bit. Who's messing up mine? Oh, my sweet Christmas, oh, my sweet carrot. Okay, there's the end of this bag. That's good. My sweet carrots, oh, my sweet Christmas. Let's wait for that fancy bag. Everyone just gonna get our video angle because we have it on a high level so that everyone can view properly. Now the cell phone has not really talked more than one time with what we do not know if it's a magnetic talk and if it's a we don't know if it's a magnetic talk that is stopped the sound that we've learned in primary school about the magnetic, the magnets. How many people have that happened to? Where the cell phone was not really thinking about it. A lot of people in the cell phone just jumped about it. Cell phone is eating on my carrots today. Don't disturb my carrots. Yeah. I'm getting a little closer. The cell phone is like fighting every piece of carrots about it. And my carrots look so nice and kind. My carrots is even almost soft. Yeah, look at everyone. Just look at my carrots. The cell phone jumped and waiting on my carrots. Let's say my carrots with y'all. Let's check why the cell phone jumped for how many times already. My carrot is looking very nice and fine. That's where my carrots are at, very nice and fine. And the cell phone jumped now twice to these nice carrots. Let's keep the cell phone to the side and cell phone down. I'm going to put it lower. Put it. Cell phone, don't hide on my carrots on. Oh, that's it. Yo, you jumped high and low on my bed. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add my custard powder. Let me just take the custard powder out because my spoon is now really required. I need to pour the powder quickly in the middle, a teaspoon of that. That's nice. That's really lovely. Everyone, we're gonna share this now with everyone. Who's eating an carrot? And amazing flavors. Everyone, these are nice carrots. These are custard in, and that's how we want it to look like. We want it very nice and very caramelized, and we want the flavors, in that. That is our custard. It looks very nice. We can add some cinnamon now. When it's cooked, it's now soft already. We're now gonna put the lid on, and we're now gonna switch the stuff about that. You know what what we also love doing with our carrots is we love to oven our carrots, right? We can draw that very nicely. It's nice. So that's now our carrots. Don't mess up my carrots, the auntie said. Because I don't care if my kitchen is broken or whatever, but my carrots are Ribea Elise. It's not so difficult to not miss on my carrots. That's my carrots. Thank you, carrots, y'all. Have been nice. We'll clean caramelize, y'all. We're gonna put my carrots. Where is our just going to probably caramelize and not caramelize because I want to use this pan for my carrots. Make your carrots we can bring to there. I'm just going to prepare my rice. This is very nice. We're going to keep warming the oven, yes. Everyone, we're going to share this now. Looks very nice. Looks loving and kind. And we're going to embrace the lump of the bread here. So we're going to prepare the rice. Let's get into the steam quickly. That's really nice. Thank you, watery. And thank you, carrots. Carrots are going to be the side. So we're going to warm your little bit in the oven because we want to know chicken is almost nice and sort of because it's okay, so that's nice. The rice can be clean water because so that our rice is not too cut the flavor of that. These are other spoon. here. Can we just put this there? Let's see now that for our rice. Oh, the steel magnets sometimes stay here. So the steel for some reason is missing. Onion and garlic. Okay, it's looking lovely. The cell phone video post get more quickly. Cell phone. Oh. Let me put it in Doreen's cup. Cell phone is like talking all about it. The cell phone, man. The cell phone is really like talking all about the football about it. Yeah, but I really put it now in Doreen's cup. Anyone now left their cell phone up or the car driving by with the magnet? We don't know what these guys are doing these days in here. But they do all those things. Honestly, the cell phone are now added it into the rent's money cup. Maybe it wanted to be in the rent's cup, honestly. Because I've not really tried to now really cell phone I've never really tried. That's fine. And I really try to keep it left out with the magnet. Well, we know not the spooky stories. Can you put the camera so? Well, we not my spooky stories, everyone. If anyone notices there's a door locked, why? Because of magnets. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Let me just click it in. Okay. It's the car magnets. Even when the car drops, we learn to be partners too. When you're all inspired about the magnets. Then the young boys are going to be using. And they can do a lot of things with the car magnets. So they can lock you in your house, they can lock your doors. We learned that in primary school. Put me all into what the young boys about the magnets. And that's where your door locks and people say, oh, wait, my door is locked. And the person says, come on, it's not spooky stories. It is young boys that are playing around with that. And the young boys have done a whole lot of Really not gonna put all time, all okay, guys, fingers help us. Someone can't you just say like that quickly before you know really want to introduce yourself to everyone? Where is the best home? The second is all about introducing. All of the amazingness of introducing. Everyone, we are quickly going to share their stuff. Cancel the pod, everyone, before you open the pod. Yeah, that's the thing that we have learned. Sometimes you open and you click open, but you have to press cancel. It's a very nice spot, but if the pot can be used nicely and fine, then that's also fine. So what we're going to quickly share is we're going to quickly share our chicken because we really want to roll chicken. And we're really going to prepare chicken for the oven. There the pot opens. And there's our carrots. And it's caramelized, and that's what we are talking about. So we're going to oven warm it, and we want it warm in the oven. Let me just look at the glossiness about it. It's very glossy and very full of flavor. And you're not gonna come right, and your carrot is not softer, then you can eat carrots to the, because we really do not want the carrots to spoil in the oven. Let's just check. We're not gonna put the whole cell phone in the pot. And that's where we want our chicken to be at. We're gonna take the potatoes out. We're gonna take the chicken out, and we're gonna put our chicken and our potatoes quickly in grill mode, and we're gonna prepare that for the oven quickly. Kiara on the move, Kiara on the move. Kiara on the move. Let's prepare our chicken for the ovenness of that. Lovely spoon. Chicken for your flavor, we pour that sauce over you, so that you can be nice. Love your honest, love your brokenness. Oh, chicken, we love you. We really love you. So that's our chicken. Let's just quickly get our amazingness. That's only used to seen at the sports tournament in South Africa, right? Let me put my oven on quickly. Our rice is off, everyone. What flavor is going to be the base? Everyone, not every time going to be perfect in the kitchen when we're cooking. Sometimes we're all over the place, and sometimes we're really not all over the place. What we want is we want not too saucy. I really don't want the chicken today to be too saucy because I've got my own sauce that I'm making. So I want the chicken to be dry. Let's add that little bit of garlic today. On top of our potatoes. And these potatoes are nicely going to go to the oven. That's very nice. So what do we have? We have oven preparednesses. Not emergency preparednesses, oven preparednesses. What are oven preparednesses? Looks like this. Oh, that's great. Where we at with that? That's now a chicken key. That chicken key goes into the oven with our oven grilled amazingness. So that's a potato key. Potato key goes just like that into the oven. And that's our carrots. And if anyone feels that they have anything to say or can say or may say or might say about our greasy dishes, then do that. But other than that, that's the amazingness that is happening within the greasy dishes today with all that we have available. Look at our potatoes. We're going to check the potatoes when it comes out. We didn't make a lot of potatoes. And for those of you who cheer on my greasy dishes, just do that in amazingness of cheering on us. Another thing that we want to share quickly while we add to that is we want to also, there's no place on that for that. Let's do that. We also want to share our rice today, right? That's great. And we really now time to, let's share that again. Everyone says that's our chicken in our greasy dish, and it's we love our greasy dish, and that's our carrots. We love that carrot greasy dish. And no, that's not greasy. I'm not gonna get that by greasy point about it. That's our greasiness. We love that, and that's where we're gonna roast our potato, and then we're gonna plate it into our platter also, and that's gonna be really prepared for that. And if anyone has anything they can or might or will say, do now forever hold yours. Amazingness is in the kitchen. And that's amazing. Look at my lipstick already off. Yeah, Ken Veltman says yes, for Rubea's greasy dishes to be new, renewed, revived, and refreshed. In Jesus' name, amen. Someone else says, for Christmas, we're going to really probably buy new greasy dishes. But are we going to grease it next year? Probably. Depends. Depends on how angry we are during the year. That's nice. How often do we buy new dishes? Really, we don't really often buy new dishes, right? Because we prefer to buy platters so that we can plate it. When our greasy dish is now more than enough for us in Jesus' name. But it looks like a grilled. What we need, it looks like a grilled, and we like the color of it. Because when when you prepare, you're not gonna set that on your table, but you can do that. What you can do is you add your mint herb to your potatoes. We're gonna do that now, and when it's minted, then it looks like the dish itself, and that looks amazing. On a platter, you can serve just so on your table because that's why it's a greasy dish. And that's why it becomes part of the antiqueness of your kitchen and the antiqueness of your house. The ownness of you, the person. We have to educate that because you are so paranoia about a lot of things that everyone wants in that house. And the one that's got money, the whole world is bumping one another up about it. While everyone bumps one another up about what everyone wants in their kitchen. Everyone gets what they have in the kitchen. They say not what we want, but what we have in our kitchen. And the greasinesses, the grillinesses, the oldnesses, the antiquenesses, and we make work with it. I shared recently a table on Instagram, and everyone was angry about the table, right? And everyone said, okay. I made a whole lot of table because we wanted to make our table a little bit bigger in the lounge. And then we had this amazing board, right? And I said, let me use this board. And I started to decorate the board. And I started to put edges, like antique edges to the wood, to the board. And everyone was like paranoia about Ribea Elise's wood table board that Ribea lost because it's Ribea on that day and she's not anyone else. And be that in your house and in your kitchen. The antiqueness is the owners to you in your home. Some people hold on to a whole lot of stuff. You hold on to the simple things in life that people today are having war about because there's nothing and they require this and that and the world says it must look like this and the world says Ribea, but it must be so clean. Ribea says this is the one that we clean regularly and that one we also clean regularly, but that one has had its years in the kitchen and we allow that one to have its years. These ones we plate our food on, we buy some of these gets greasy, then we're not gonna know the whole time going by, we plate the food in. So do those things in your kitchen. It's very fine because the world is having a whole lot of arguments around a lot of things. Let me add some of these. What is this? We discussed this last week. This is some mintinesses about potatonesses. Because we haven't added a lot of it in our rice today. And while we've added the so that's where we're at with our antiquenesses. And it doesn't look so amazing like we want it to always look, but we're going to get the taste there. We're going to grill it dry and fry it dry and amazingly dry that so that it's also amazing about that. Rice, we love it, we love it, we love it. What can we see in the rice? You can see flavor. This video takes some time. So we have added our potatoes to the oven, and we have also added our chicken to the oven, and we have also amazingly, we're gonna make our sauce for our rice now, or for our whoever wants and loves their sauce. The brown sauce, we're gonna give it some more pepper to flavor that through, and everything is looking amazing in our kitchen. The only thing we sometimes require on our cell phone is jumped a few times this Sunday from the cupboard. It jumped, so maybe next time for a place to sit the cell phone that is now not going to be on such a high level, right? We are going to have to find maybe to put it on the cupboard like we put a rat cell phone, yes, and then we're going to have to stand at a distance because the cell phone has now really, really jumped. How many times with the magnet from the cupboard? And we learned about the magnets when we were young. Every time the charge or the lamp goes up, then the cell phone jumps. So we are really now going to with our jumping cooking and our jumping home cooking and a jumping cell phone about it. And that's also amazing with live stream, all the jumpingnesses and the cell phone falling over while you're talking. And the other person, I was on the beach in South Africa in 2020, and someone was running on the beach, and the person had a hair weave on. Look at that, that's my hair while I'm about the cooking, but everything is done and completely done. And while the person had a hair wig, I'm gonna rinse my hands now because I really want to touch my hair again. And I really sometimes, just quickly want to say this. That the person was running on the beach and the person had a hair weave on a hair. And while the person, no, this is not a hair weave, right? This is our own hair that we style like that. And it's very nicely styled. And while the person was running on the beach, was running in Ribea was now from New Zealand and having a vacation in South Africa in 2020. And it was still in the days in South Africa where I still had money, right? Just arrived in South Africa. And then I was now, because I was there for a year, so I only meant to go for about a month or two, and then I ended up being there for a year. But other than the year that I was there, I was now in the beginning of that year, I was now go to the waterfront and go to all the places. Before my police clearance, I was now sorted. Before I came, I was now back to New Zealand. And while I was walking on the beach, and I have my own hair, and I love my own hair about it. And I love styling my natural hair about it. And while I was still on the beach, and I was walking, and I have a photo of that on my cell phone, where I had the white shirt on, and I had with the white shirt, the jeans, and I had a can of Fanta in my hand, and the lady was walking. Maybe there was magnets, also electrical magnets by the hair weave of it. And the lady was walking on the beach, and she had a two-piece on, and she was modeling about it. And while she was modeling about it, the wind began to blow. And while the wind started to blow, and she's the Baywatch Queen. And she had amazing sunglasses on, and she was now also about it, and I'm about it, but I don't realize her. Sometimes, we notice the things that happen, and other times we don't notice the things that happen. And then walking with my nice hairstyle because my hair looked fresh at that time, and I was just coming from New Zealand with this way of that I wanted my hairstyle during that season, and everything went well about it, and my glasses was nice, and my whole style was, that style that when you take the photo, it's always a shiny photo about it. And I had the hairstyle perfect because it's the beginning of my vacation was now when I'm in Cape Town. And while I'm walking on the beach, the lady come with a two-piece and a skinny Baywatch Queen body. And she's African, but she's a bit lighter than Ribea Elise. And whole while she was walking on the beach, Ribea looked and she came, Ribea's when Ribea went was now to the water side about it. And while I walked to the water side about it, the wind came and the wind blew, and the lady's hair blew to the other side of the beach, and she ran about. She ran about it, and she couldn't cover her head, and she ran for that hair weave, and she couldn't cover it because then everyone already saw. Then Rebecca says, man, these things happen. The magnet on the south and the sample jumps upside down while we are busy about it, All of these things happen in the world, but it's an amazing world, but it's very funny. And we are used to those things. We are used to a broken kitchen and a rusty kitchen, and we grew up with nothing in the kitchen and with no food in the house. Like this kitchen's door broke, right? And there's the door, and Dorian didn't fix it yet because the door fell off. And Dorian just had to put a screw in, and he didn't put the screw in yet about it, right? And while the door fell off, he has to put the door on, and it doesn't take so much to put the door on. Oh, he has to, get someone to put the door on about the situation. But the rustiness of our seasons is that the wind is blowing, and while the wind is blowing, the south wind is tipping over, and then everyone gets paranoid about it. Don't get paranoid, people. Such is the amazingness of this world. Let me add some quick pepper. And while the hair weave goes off and the glasses goes off, and she's so only Ribea, so and she couldn't believe it because this Baywatch Queen is not really also Ribea. Elise is not also modeling about it, And while Ribea is modeling about it, I didn't even show my nice Baywatch body also, right? And while we are mourning about it, Miss now, sis was now having her two pieces of very much about it, and she was not here to be as attentive exactly there because women are like that exactly. We are not in competition, but we like to know that we are looking fine, you know. And sometimes women tells women that you are looking fine. And while she's just walking, and Rubia's also Miss Baywatch Queen with the glasses on and with the nice hair, she says, "Oh!" Then she had to run for it about it. Then Ribea says, you know, that's what I told her. I said, you know what, these things happen. Be fine about it. And those are the moments, you know, and those moments are amazing. Yeah, Rubia's accent even changed now while we were talking. But we love those ways of accent. Everyone is like gonna look for salt by the rice. I can think already. I can really, let me just quickly put this okay. Start very quickly. I can really sense that someone is gonna really look for the rice about it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, food is almost ready, bubble tea. Almost ready. You know when we don't play about the food that's almost ready around today. And we're gonna just warm up carrots. Yes, that's nice. Everyone, we've made it through this day. Let me just finish my sauce while I'm gonna wait for my grill, and then we're gonna reveal the table setting with everyone. I am going to enjoy the finer things in life probably for Christmas. I really don't know. I'm having a good already about the finer Christmas moments. And for the New Yorker magazine teams, and those teams who edit our videos and who wants to, there's an LGBT guy, and he's like doing this whole act of YouTube. He's a cool guy. I sometimes watch his videos. And he's like, your mamas, that's from Africa, that also looks a little bit like this. And then he puts all our hairstyles on and he just says a little bit of a beard, but he must not look probably like his mama, and all the mamas must not look the same about it. And he is like really funny. So New Yorker magazine guys don't edit our photos and videos. Y'all can edit it, it's sometimes nice, but when the cell phone doesn't take the whole time over. No, when the cell phone doesn't jump because of the magnet. Then in the video is not really a professional video, that don't go and edit those New Yorker, that guy that likes to, to be all of the mamas, all of the African mamas in the kitchen. If you really don't have to, mommy's gonna sit it. Are you gonna assist with sitting the table? Please. Because when I'm now done with the food and then mommy sits down until whenever, whatever. Okay, it's gonna be nice, thank you. Yeah. So, mommy, if you're gonna help me with setting the table, you set it the way you wanna set it, and mommy's just gonna bring the food when it's ready. I'm just gonna put the carrots and when the chicken is grilled now. And then I'm gonna do that, that's fine, and we can warm the carrots about it. Or we can warm the carrots in the microwave if we want to. Other than that, microwave warm and amazingly cooked Ribea is not gonna agree with that. What I can do is when the oven goes off, I'm really gonna warm the carrots in the oven about it. And I'm really now not gonna microwave electricity in your food. And even though you put a lid on, a plastic lid on, it's nice home cooked. And I really don't want the artificial flavors and colorings on my carrots. Because nothing is going to today spoil my carrots about it. That's it. Let me just take my sauce quickly because I really just want my sauce to be nice and fine. We have really cleared the red dish for the sauce now. And we really just kind of want our sauce to be fine. That's a little bit good. Rice. We warm our rice on the stove. That's nice. The rice is so very nice and warm. Rice and things you can warm in the microwave, you know. Or you can put your plate of food if you want to. Or what I do normally is I add my rice to warm it in the microwave. But I really now don't want microwave energy in my carrots. And sometimes it's not energy because it's got a plastic lid, but other times the artificialness of that cooking and the artificialness of the microwave that's added to that. And so my hearing goes up someone's face, and I can hear you say that. That's correct. But the artificialness of it is not the truth. You can most not now want my amazing carrots to now hit the microwave about it. You know, microwave is fine. There's not a difference in taste, but the anticness about the carrots, yeah, thank you. The anticness about the carrots. Well, today you're going to have some good grilling time while I switch the cell phone up. So that I can focus on my grill and get my cheese. And that's very nice. So that's very nice. That's very nice. So we have quite shared a few. We just need a bag for our veggies now because we're not having like this for veggies. So what we are then going to do, let's just add our veggies in the bag. So what we are then now going to do is we're going to share the plated table in there. For those people who's going to enjoy watching our videos, share our videos with family and share our cooking tips, especially our carrot tips, right? Our rice, you can share our rice tips with the carrots. We love the carrots. You can see the mint tip of the rice also. So we are focused on those three dishes. Next week we're gonna try something else. Husband bought carrots and he probably loved the carrot taste about it, right? And so next week what we are going to do is we are going to try another veggie. Let me just wash my hands because I think this veggie bag can have a lot of stuff on it. I don't know what all of y'all. The COVID-19 has educated us to be a bit attentive in our kitchens, right? Everyone, I'm gonna say goodbye to everyone now because my character is not really hungry. I'm not really gonna have to focus on my veggies in the oven. And I can actually switch the cell phone off with that so that my character can now enjoy. We're now just gonna warm this. We're going to warm our rice on the stove, but it's nice and steamy. And we really now want to focus on our grill. And then that's now gonna be our sauce. If y'all can see the sauce, a brown sauce that we're now gonna really now prepare for our rice, right? While we are gonna wait for our veggies to grow and for our veggies in the oven to be finished grilling, and then we are going to share that with a plated table and the plated everyone. So we are now closing this session in this food session with Ribea Elise. We are going to wait for grilled food. Everything is nice and warm and it's kind, and everyone get the photo right with the hairstyle today, because you'll get it awfully wrong the whole time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna edge it like that. We're gonna press that a bit forward. We're gonna edge it so, and we want everything sometimes in our photos and just get that right for us. Other than that, difficult like our kitchen all over the place. This is fine in this world, and we're not gonna paranoid people to give us this and this and that. We always say, for those who can support. I sound like my winner husband, and the church business, and then they're like, if you can't support, do that. But if you're not really can financially support Ribea Elise with AWOKH Business, I saw quite a few videos of Melvina, and that's why I'm saying so. I don't often go and watch people's videos, but I noticed a whole lot of videos, and it can sometimes be funny. Other than that, we're going to see the amazing platedness of our table just now, and share in what our advice and opinion with everyone, and be kind on your kitchens and kind on yourselves. And when the cell phone jumps, be fine with it, because the kindness in the kitchen is the anticness of the kitchenness and the kitchen environment. And hold on to your anticness. This is because I grew up in a house, my Mama Anna was very antic about it. And the anticness of my Mama Anna has educated me to be a bit antic about my cooking ways. I'm not very private with it. I'm very open to anything and everything. Like, I love the greennesses of the gardens and all the calmnesses of the seasons and the birds in the sky and the loudness of the dance club and all the amazingnesses of drunkenness and of soberness and of churchness and of all the lifestyles of nakedness and with clothes on and everything in its complete colors. Ribea Elise loves all of those educations in amazingness of it. But we are not difficult on ourselves with where we find ourselves at, with our educations, with our cell phones that jumped, with everything that goes along with it. And we just do what's required of us. And that's it for today, everyone. Have an amazing day further. We're going to share the table later on.